What's up, you guys? It's your host, Galadon. Welcome back, or if it's your first time here, thank you so much for checking out Galadon Gaming Clash Royale action. And yes, today, it's all about the Golem. Specifically, we're going to be talking about a Golem glitch a little bit later in this video. Now, we're going to look at some other really exciting Golem battles and some unusual decks here, obviously. If you want to skip ahead, I'll go ahead and I'm not going to tell you guys where it is. No, I'm kidding. Okay, if you want to skip ahead to where the Golem glitch is in the video, it's at right about in the video. You can go there and you don't have to watch the rest of this. In the meantime, we've got D-Bizzle up against Xenox, and check it out, double siege deck, Golem versus the Expo Mortar. Now, this guy is from a clan with the word crazy in the name. I'm thinking you got to be pretty crazy to play the Expo and the Mortar in your deck, and check out this one right here. The minion horde gets in, and that tower is going to vaporize before the poison can do its job, and D-Bizzle making his opponent pay for spending all that elixir on two very, very hated structures. Alright, so that is a minute down. Notice that Xenox is not giving up, going back to the Expo once again. Most of his other cards are obviously just to protect it. Check out this move from D-Bizzle. Down goes the Golem just in the nick of time. There it is, the Golem. That Expo is going to be there all day on that Golem. I'm thinking he runs out of elixir and bolts before he gets there. And eventually the Golem is going to get there, as are the minions. Expo gets taken down, and D-Bizzle just crushing it right here. Although he has taken a lot of damage on that left tower. Looks like he's going to have to push towards 2-1. But that full-size Golem on the left tower definitely means trouble for Xenox. He's got all sorts of siege cards ready, but they're not going to do him any good right here. He's got to try to stop this big push. The Golemites getting the job done on that left tower, and down goes another mortar. Now, as we take a look at this battle, I wanted to remind you guys that I am seeking glitches. Let me know if you guys see one. If it's new, if it hasn't been all over social media, all over YouTube already, let me know. I will happily come to your clan, record it. And if I end up using it in a video, it's free gems for you and a free tournament for your clan. So let me know, you guys. I'm always on the hunt for something new and different, and that is exactly what we're going to see in just a couple of minutes here in this video, something that I had personally never seen before. Alright, so D-Bizzle putting that pressure on. It's 1-1, but not for long. Down goes the left tower, and I'm sorry, there's just no way. The mortar on the right-hand side, no chance. Defensive Golem, and D-Bizzle is going to wrap up an easy 2-1 victory over the double siege. It doesn't get much dirtier than that. I mean, I guess you could throw in a Royal Giant or something like that. But Expo, Desperation Expo right there at the end. Maybe that's just a message like, I got an Expo. Alright, so good job, D-Bizzle, for full attack. And a lot of guys using the Golem right now. Let me tell you, it's super, super strong. So part of the reason I wanted to feature these Golem battles is because, well, I'd like to get better at using Golems as well. Here comes Severo Albarca of full attack facing Silver from Hammers, and we will see what happens right here. This is a challenge battle, and again, you see he's got the Golem down there. This is what we call Golem on steroids. The Golem is juiced. You've got that Elixir Collector in there. He's also got the Miner, Mega Minion, and his opponent, Boulder Freeze Graveyard. Now, the Graveyard, definitely a tough card to counter, especially when you're running the Golem deck, simply because no matter where you are in the battle, when you drop 8 elixir for that Golem, if your opponent can put a Graveyard down, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. So here comes the first appearance of the Graveyard. There's the freeze as well, and Silver getting some fair damage on that left tower, getting the lead early on in this battle. We just have about 2 minutes left, and Severo waiting for that opportunity to drop that Golem. There, he looks like he's going for another Elixir Collector, probably, yes, on the right-hand side of the King's Tower. And here's the issue for Silver. He's not countering any of these pumps right now, so it's about to be a huge Elixir advantage for Severo. In goes the Golem, and on its way with lots of support. Check out the Elixir just collecting right here from both of these pumps up at the same time. The Golem moving in, the Miner is ready. You can see also you've got the Elite Barbs in there. Tough to stop a Golem Elite Barb push, but Silver also does have the Bowler and that Graveyard again, so maybe counting a little bit more on offense than defense. The Golem working its way after the Tombstone. Good use of the log, redirects the Golem. The Golem going right after that tower. One of the Elite Barbs gets there, as does a Mega Minion. That tower has nothing to say but bye-bye. And yes, Severo takes the 1-0 lead, and beyond that, check out all the damage. He's pushing hard for a 3 crown early. With a minute left, we're not even into double elixir yet, and Severo was really trying hard right here to grab the 3 crowns. So close, even the log gets in there, but Silver is going to manage to defend and eventually stop the push for the 3 crown. Try to turn things around, and right here, there it is. Severo drops the Golem. He's elixir starved on the left-hand side. Down goes the Graveyard, and that is going to be Silver's big chance to come back. Freeze, Graveyard, Ice Golem, Mega Minion, Electro Wizard, and we're 1-1. Final 30 seconds, but check it out, right-hand side, and down the middle on the left-hand side, Elite Barbarians, the sneak attack. No chance to stop this. The Golem distracting, the Elite Barbs get in there, and that is the 3 crown win. But look how close it was. Severo just about gave that one away, but grabbed the 3-1 win at the last second. Alright, you guys, here comes the Golem glitch from my buddy Kailua. He's normally from Phantom Rush, and this is the first time I've ever seen this. Now, he started a clan called Galaglitch for me. That is the hashtag if you want to tweet it to me, though. Hashtag Galaglitch. Watch on your left-hand side the Golem placed by his opponent. Now, this was a friendly, of course, but check this out. The Tornado and then the Mirrored Tornado, and look at the Golem. He's got a one-track mind. He's like a cat you're trying to pull off the scratching post. He wants to go back to where he was before he'll reset. Some definite AI fail. We're going to take a look at it one more time. Here it is in slow motion, ultra close up. The Golem bound and determined to get back home, or at least back to where he was before, or where the tornado would have pulled him to. So we'll send this on to the Clash Royale team. Obviously, something not quite right about the AI. The units seem to have this way of wanting to behave a little bit oddly when the tornado goes into effect. First time I ever saw it, but again, if you guys have other glitches, unusual glitches, glitches that haven't been all over the place. I don't need to see the friendly battle that lasts forever. I don't need to see the King's Tower that faces backwards. I've seen those. Everybody's seen those. Let's look for something cooler and more different than that. Alright, now we're not done yet. You guys, we've got a great battle here from Karana Full Attack. This one comes down to the wire, just about as close as you're ever going to see. And yes, it's Golem on Golem action. So both players having brought their Golems and their Miners. The other card's a little bit different, but I kind of feel like this is what the new meta is going to be for a while. Golems are so strong right now, and you don't see a lot of people using Inferno Dragons, Inferno Towers to counter them. But if this continues and we see more and more Golems, especially up towards the higher levels, then you almost have to predict that Golems will see a nerf. But the other cool thing about it is, it doesn't always mean a direct damage nerf or a nerf to the stats of the Golem. It could be the introduction of another card that's going to change things around. Will the Goblin Gang be a good nerf to the Golem? It could be, or there could be something else a little bit further off the horizon that is going to come in and burn down those Golems. Not leaking anything here yet, but you never know. Make sure you check out the next new card concepts video, because you never know when one of those is going to hit the bullseye and be exactly what we see in a future update. Alright, Karan throwing in the Elite Barbarians. They're going to get stopped by the Skeletons, but only until they're zapped, and here they come. Onto the tower they go. So much damage from those guys. So strong, leaving that tower at exactly 200 hit points. That's a little unusual. And Karan, he has to be feeling really good right here with such a huge lead. But remember, his opponent dropping Golems of his own, and it's so easy to have a change of tide or a change of momentum in these battles where there are Golems. You see a lot of come from behind wins, and you also see a ton of 3 crowns when players are using the Golem. Right here, we're into double elixir, 45 seconds left. Golemites and the Miner getting to that tower. Huge push, way too many units to even count. This tower is in a world of hurt. They converge. There goes the tower. We're tied 1-1. Wait a minute, we're not tied 1-1 because Karan hasn't gotten his tower down yet. He's got 200 hit points to go and 30 seconds to get there. How is he going to do it? Where's the Miner? He's got to get some direct damage in on that tower, and he doesn't have a lot of time. And he also doesn't have a solid direct damage card. His best bet, of course, is the Miner. Just got to guess right. It gets in front of the tower. Executioner not in time. And Karan ties it up in the final 10 seconds. So now, basically, the battle's starting over, but Karan at a huge disadvantage. Down a lot of hit points, and that center deployment, always tough. Golem countered by elite barbs, countered by the skeleton army. Executioner moving in, but he's going to be too little too late. He's a non-factor way over on the right-hand side working on the King's Tower. Lots of damage on Karan's tower before he finally stops the push. 44 seconds left in overtime. Can Karan possibly come back? His own middle deployment Golem right here, and his opponent goes for a naked by itself Executioner, easily countered. The Mega Minion also taken down, so that may be the mistake. His opponent just trying to get that tower to within one lightning spell in the final seconds. So much pressure from Karan. There goes the Miner on his tower. Here comes the lightning spell. No! 20 hit points, and Karan grabs it. I would rage too. Good game from Karan. So close. 20 hit points left on that tower. Alright, you guys, we've got time for some comments. Gonna look at some of the recent comments on my videos. Nick at Night Exposed says, Dark Magician, that was when I talked about how Nick used to grab people's crown towers with just rockets, lightning, and fireballs. Leander Anthony says, oh, Galadon, you're so funny. I ran out of breath laughing so hard when watching this video. I appreciate that. And Yo Politically Incorrect Mama says, I had unprotected sets once, and now I suffer from severe tower damage all the time. It's incurable. Brian1something1 says, I was one of the spectators in Galadon's battle. I was throwing confetti on his side. Thank you for cheering for me and not the other guy. Art Gaming says, you suck. That's what they're trying to say. No, he says, JK, man, I love you. All right. I love you too, Art Gaming. Thanks for not trolling me there. And here's a question I see a lot on the YouTuber tournament video. This was the YouTuber Clash Royale tournament held in Helsinki, Finland. A lot of you guys are wondering why nobody was wearing shoes. And I think it's a Finnish thing. It's definitely a Supercell thing. When you're in the offices and when you're in anybody's office in Finland, it's always customary to take your shoes off and just go around in socks. So just a tip, if you ever get invited, make sure you wear new socks. And speaking of invited, you guys are invited to like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video with your friends because YouTube won't. And of course, as always, have a fantastic day. Return tomorrow for more full attacks.